Do you want to learn how to turn this into this? Let's go through the snowmobile and see what was wrong. Welcome back to the GoBros YouTube channel. Today we got a POLARIS 110 Kids Snowmobile in the shop. Brought it in. Hasn't ran in a little bit, but we're going to tear it apart and see if we can get it going. An engine needs three things to run: compression, spark, and some type of fuel. Compression is the first thing we're going to check for. Online, this engine says it should have anywhere between 110 psi to 140. 120. Next, you should be able to hook up any old spark plug up to the spark plug wire and hold it to a ground, pull the cord over, and you should see a spark. Now that we have our first two bases down, spray a little bit of carb cleaner in the cylinders, roll it over, and see if it starts. We have now verified that it will run, and we need to move on to our fueling system and our carburetor. It's always good, if you don't know how old the gas is, to just drain it out so that's not causing an issue in the future. Yeah. This original carburetor had an adjustable main jet, as you can see on the bottom of the bowl. The issue that I was having was the end of that adjustable needle valve was busted off and stuck inside the carburetor, so I opted to just buy a new carburetor. After the carburetor was put back on and everything was put back together, I was having an issue where it would seem to be running all right, and after I'd let it sit at idle for a couple minutes, it would mysteriously just start idling up and kind of want to take off on me. I was worried that the carburetor was sucking in air somewhere, so I took everything back apart and sealed everything up with a little bit of gasket maker just to make sure that we were sealed up properly. Alright, as you can see, it's running way better now. It was all an issue with the throttle linkage. The previous guy, whoever worked on this last, either the plastic gear inside for the governor is wore out, or it's been disconnected, because the governor does absolutely nothing. So that was part of my issue. I just completely disconnected that. The original throttle linkage went from the carburetor to this governor, and that was also screwing it up. Either it wasn't the correct length rod for the throttle cable. So what I did, I basically just bypassed this, went from the carburetor and went right to the bottom of this throttle plate here. It's hard to see, but basically there's a rod going from there to here. So when you push the throttle, you can kind of see it there. Just simplifies it up a little bit. So no more messing with the governor stuff, since it wasn't working anyway. And now, little pull. Starts and idles just perfect. The only thing we got to do now is this plate for the choke. we have to hook up to here somehow. Not sure how yet, but that's what we got to figure out. I ended up taking apart this old carburetor and taking the return spring off the choke and putting it on this one. So as you can see now, it automatically returns. So it'll hook the cable up, so when it pulls it, it'll go to choke, and when you let it off, it'll automatically go back. Got some fresh oil in it. This project basically all done. I'm gonna spray it down with some degreaser and take it to the power washer, wash it off, and should be ready to go back to the owner. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.